Hey everybody, welcome to In the Woods Today. Had to travel a little ways to do some business today, so I thought I would stop and go fishing somewhere I've never been and give you guys a quick channel update. So let's get right into this video. Alright, on today's episode, I have traveled a ways away from home to do some business, and was hoping that I could come here before I leave the area and catch a fish. This whole area here is really shallow and kind of swampy and mucky, but it looks like there's a fish bed in here, and I'm gonna see if I can't get a fish to bite. Oh, I see him looking at it. Oh, here he comes. He might take a glance. He's acting funny. That's weird. He kind of gave it a look and then was like, oh, I don't know. Well, hopefully y'all are having a good spring. We're getting to the point now where most of these fish are post-spawn. And you're not seeing a lot of activity back in the shallows. A lot of these fish are moving back deep or to the drop-offs or to the steep embankments because they've spawned and they're ready to feed back up. And that summer feed bag gets put on and these fish just eat like crazy, it seems like. You know, that fish does not want that. Let's try a different bait. Alright, y'all, gonna be using a gulp minnow with an orange 1/32 ounce jig head. And hopefully this fish will bite. Let's see what he's thinking here. Can still see the fish in there. He's sitting right in between these piles of cover. Let's try this fish one more time, and then we're gonna have to move on to another one. Alright, that fish ain't gonna bite. We're gonna try a different one. We're gonna try a different one. Oh, I got a fish on. I got a fish. What is that? He's fighting. It's not very big, whatever it is. Oh, it's a crappie. It's a crappie. Oh, yeah. We got a crappie. Heck yeah. Not a big guy, but I'll take what I can get. He hit that 1-inch gulp minnow. That was an easy meal for him, wasn't it? Let's get you on camera, Bubba. You're pretty. Nice little crappie there. Thanks for biting, buddy. I'll let you go over here in this water. Maybe we'll get another crappie over there, huh? And what I was doing when that fish bit is I was bouncing it off of the bottom, and then I would do a jig, and then a jig, and then I'd let it fall down real slow. And then I would jig, and then another jig, and I'd let it fall down slow. That's the cadence that he wanted. Or maybe it just landed right in his face. I'm not sure, but he swum up and hit that thing in a hurry. And it's hard to tell because I couldn't see him when he bit, but I believe that fish hit it on the fall. So maybe that's the ticket there, is letting the fish hit it on the fall. Oh, do I got another one? Oh, just some weeds. Well, I don't have a whole lot of time to fish. This is going to be a quick adventure. Just wanted to give you guys a channel update. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video or a short. I've been going through a lot of stuff at home, and work has been kind of hectic for me. Haven't really had time to get outside and go fishing or get in the woods at all. And when I have, I've been taking my kids out because it's important to get the next generation of people interested in the outdoors. We need to preserve what we have here before it's gone. Every year, Michigan DNR sells more and more state and public land away to housing developments and cities that are expanding, and we really need these natural resources. This is a beautiful river, and I would be a fool to not take advantage of it. I had to drive a long ways away from home today to do some business, and I came out here to wet a line, and you know, I wasn't disappointed. I got to catch a crappie on one of my first couple casts, and it's just all in all a great day to be outside. Any day you get outside is a blessing. Take advantage of what you're given in life. Hopefully you guys have had a good spring and summer, beginning to summer I should say. You know, this time of year the fishing can be fickle. I had a friend of mine ask me, how do I know where the fish are? I fished all over and I just couldn't find the fish. And I kind of was going to break it down in this video just real quick and explain what I told him. So what I told him was, you know, in the earlier part of the year, the north end of most of the lakes in Michigan are the parts that receive the vegetation first because they receive more sunlight throughout the day than the southern side of the lakes. Now this depends on the lake itself, the tree coverage and the foliage around the lake, but essentially it's because the northern end gets more sunlight statistically than the southern ends of these lakes, and that can be a big part of the vegetation development. Now, with the vegetation development, if you don't have good vegetation, there's nowhere for the forage to live. So these fish that are spawning and the bugs and the crawfish, they need something to hide in from the predators. So you've got to fish around rocks, heavy weed beds, these large clumps of weeds sticking up out of the water. You know, those are all great places to check for fish, and you're probably going to find some. Now, just because you're fishing and you don't get a bite doesn't mean that there aren't fish there in the shallows. It could just mean that they're lethargic, they're tired because of the spawn. It could be because of the conditions that they faced, post or prefrontal conditions. These warm fronts coming through at the beginning of the summer and spring really have a big influx on what exactly these fish are doing in their feeding patterns. So pay attention to the weather, pay attention to your success and the days that you're not successful, and kind of try and acclimate where in the weather that fit. Well, where you post frontal fishing, you probably weren't going to get as many bites, but the bites you did get were probably going to be a significant fish. You know, whereas if you're prefrontal fishing, you might catch a whole lot of fish and none of them really be of notable size. This is all just because of what the front is doing and how it's making the bait and the food move around. The predators have to follow the bait, and it's just simply cut and dry. So if you're not seeing any fish in your shallows, maybe it's time to take a look and fish that drop off. Maybe it's time to fish behind the big rocks or the tree that's down making a current break. You know, there's all kinds of different influences that can make these fish do different things. Now, I don't have a whole lot of time for today's adventure. This is a very quick stop and fish and go kind of deal, but you know, it's a beautiful place. I had to give it a try, and I already caught a fish, so I really can't complain. We're gonna do a few more casts and see if we can't muster anything else up real quick. But like I said, just wanted to give you guys a quick channel update. Appreciate y'all sticking with me. When I checked right before making this video, we were at 99 subscribers, and I just want to thank all of my subscribers and people that are liking and following my posts, fans that have encouraged me to keep doing what I'm doing. You know, all you guys make a difference out there. I really appreciate your support, and you know, I just love getting outside. That's why I do this. That's why I make these videos. I don't expect to make money. I don't expect to become famous. I don't even expect to catch more fish. I just expect to come out here, try and have a good time, try and utilize what God's provided me in this world, and have some fun while I'm doing it. And like I said, how beautiful is this? Look at how cool this is. All these lay down trees. There's really shallow water on the right side. You've got a lot of current breaks moving around and some stagnant water and eddy pool going on. Oh, snagged up on a rock, I think. Oh, and there goes my line, but I also... Oh, it's a sucker. There's a sucker right here. I don't think you guys can see him. He's right here in the water. Oh, he just made a big old dust cloud. Maybe you can see that. He was eating something off the bottom there. Well, like I said, this is a really short episode. I was tight on time. I just wanted to give you guys a channel update. Once again, thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate all of y'all subscribing and watching. Go ahead and leave a thumb up and a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. You know, let me know what kind of content you want to see. I plan on making some content here in the next coming weeks as I find some time that's free to me and to get out of the house. So hopefully y'all enjoy the beginning of your summer, and I'll be back with you soon. Hit subscribe. Thanks for coming by.